Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we have a special think tank episode where we discuss what the ABV Barrel Shop should do next. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Katie Joyce, Tim Swyatt, and Matt Modica.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey there. What's happening, everyone?
Hey-oh, so yeah, we're going to be talking today about what we should do next. And it's not a business perspective type of thing. You know, should we expand the store? Should we look at new locations in St. Louis? Should we go to Atlanta or, you know, anything like that? That's not what this is about. It's about, you know, events and things like that, fun things. Right now, our focus group is largely one person, me, and then Darren does contribute some ideas to the mix too. But so it's really the ideas of two people. And I was like, that can be limiting. There could be good ideas left on the table because it's just two people coming up with this stuff. So wanted to see if there's anything within the group. There may or may not be, and we'll see what happens if there's anything good that comes out of this. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
Yes. So I would like to know one of your biggest cooking fails. I'm hoping someone has something that makes me feel better about my life. But
okay.
I thought of it because tonight I had told John that I was in the mood for spaghetti, which is very simple. But of course, he made it fancy. And he had like these homemade meatballs and sauce and everything else.
That sounds good.
A jarred sauce. And then some of it like didn't have the right thing. Still made it come together for a delicious meal. But I would like to know your best cooking fails.
Best cooking fails. Okay.
Unless you're all like, I don't fail. I'm a great cook.
When I was younger, I don't know if I was in middle school, maybe high school. I don't know. My parents live in an old farmhouse, like it's a centennial home, like it's old. Kitchen was small, very little countertop space, and I was making Rice Krispie treats.
Okay.
And for some reason, I thought that it was a smart idea to like balance the pan on the like edge of the kitchen sink, you know, where the countertop is only like, I don't know, 2 inches wide. And so I'm trying to like hold the pan there, like, kind of like leaning it up against my stomach and like dumping it in and like pressing it down. Rice Krispie treats all down the front of me. It fell off. My dad came in and just started making fun of me, laughing. He was crying. He was laughing so hard. Then my mom started in, and then, you know, teenage hormones just running wild. I screamed and cried and went and locked myself in the bathroom and didn't come out for like a half an hour. And I think I ended up having to throw that shirt out. I think I had my dad's flannel on.
Oh, you ruined it.
So yeah, I was like, I mean, it wasn't really like I mean, it was a fail, obviously, because it all ended up on me and the floor. But
Sure.
I mean, cooking Rice Krispie treats obviously is not really like cooking per se, but yeah, I was. It was a big deal because I was a teenager and
Okay.
my dad was laughing at me.
Okay.
Not good.
Wasn't nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't amazing.
Right. I've certainly, I got a big green egg, and I had been a Weber grill guy for my whole life, from college through. I don't know. I've had the big green egg since 2015, I think, when my daughter graduated college or high school. That's when I got it. So 10 years now. But there's certainly a learning curve when you go to new equipment, right? And it's so yeah. There was certainly some brisket failures, because I like brisket, and there's nothing worse than overcooking a brisket and it's shoe leather dry. So, and that's expensive. That's an expensive loss too.
Beef
That's
jerky.
yeah, okay, yeah. Please enjoy your jerky for dinner. So, yeah. So I'm just like, it just needs extra sauce. It's fine. It's good. You're trying to act like it's good, but it's not. So yeah, that would be my worst, because the time that you put into it, the money that you put into it, and it's just a waste, really. So yeah, that would be my worst failure. Briskets.
So
Brisket failure.
Yeah, brisket failure.
When I got married, we moved into a small apartment, and we got a really nice nonstick wok for our wedding at the reception and everything. And so I was going to cook, and this apartment was tiny, and the kitchen was like a galley kitchen with like literally 2 burners on the stove and barely any room in the kitchen. And so I decided I'm going to make something. I can't even remember what I was making, honestly, or what I was going to make.
Right.
So I put oil in the pan and I let it sit on the heat. And I walked away thinking like, oh, I got to get this thing nice and hot and everything. I walk away, I come back into the turn around the kitchen little hallway area, and the thing is in flames, like 2 foot up above the thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so my immediate thought is, hey, why don't you throw water on it? That makes
right. Right. That's good for an oil fire.
Not to do that. So I threw water on it, and the flames went from like 2 feet high to 4 feet high, and spattered all over the place and everything. And then I got sense in me, and I finally covered it with a wet cloth. But I mean, we were on the first floor of the apartment complex, and there was smoke everywhere. And luckily, no one called the fire department. But that was probably the worst time. And then it was almost like, a Clark Griswold thing, because like you look at the wok afterwards and it didn't have a hole in it, but everything was really burned and there was no nonstick left. It was literally just like the steel that was left on it. So it was, so it almost burned down the apartment complex.
Wow, that's a bad one. That is a bad fail.
Yeah,
right there.
that's a tough one to beat.
Yeah, Tim, how about you?
Well, I never fail, but I did burn water once. So we were hosting a baby shower for my sister, and I was told to make tea. And I put the pot on, and I thought for sure it had. I've never heated water for tea before. I'm like, I just remember that it would whistle, and steam would whistle on this pot, and everything would go. And then Diane's like, "Well, how long have you been cooking that water? How long have you been boiling that water or warming up that water on the stove?" I'm like, I don't know, until it whistles. It hasn't whistled yet. It was like 8 minutes or something like that. So this thing is boiling hot, and of course I pour it for people who want tea. And please, Aunt Barb, forgive me. I'll never forget your face when you sipped the tea for the first time. It probably burnt your face. So I completely boiled water and then threw it out to people for tea that wanted tea. And yes, I burned water.
You burnt the water. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
I burnt the tea for sure.
Yes.
By boiling the water. And Aunt Barb, I'm sorry.
Yeah. When I was young, dating the warden, and she still lived at home. This is high school years. I guess it was prom time, but not our prom. But the mother-in-law sees like the neighbor, the limo shows up or whatever, so she goes running out to talk to the neighbor, and they're taking pictures and all that. She has hot dogs in a pan and leaves them there. Well, she's out there for like an hour and a half or something. Forgets about the hot dogs. Comes back at their house. I guess I don't know if they lit on fire. They were basically like ashes, but they were still like informed, but just like ashes. And that house smelled like burnt hot dogs for like 4 days.
Oh
It was just so awful. That smell, I'll never forget that smell till the day I die. It was so bad.
That's so bad.
I
So
can
bad.
tell you my brother's worst cooking mistake was he was out of high school. He was still living at home with us. My brother's 8 years older than I am. So he was still living at home, but he was out of high school. And my parents had just left to go out to dinner just in town or whatever. And I was sitting on the couch and my brother was making French fries. And this was before they had like the fryer things where you like close
The air fryer.
Yeah. So he had like a pot of oil on the
Back
stove.
to oil cooking. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he threw the French fries into the pot and frozen French fries and the oil
Have water.
came out and hit him. He had like burn marks on his neck and his face, and he had tennis shoes on, but the grease like burned through his tennis shoe. And so he's like screaming at me to help him, but I thought he was just being an idiot.
Like how old were you at this time?
Huh?
How old were you approximately? I know you don't remember.
Probably 12.
Okay.
And so I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and I thought he was just playing around. And I happened to catch the paint on the trim was glossy paint, and I could see the reflection of the fire in the glossy paint. So I had to like run in and help him, and then I had to call up to the restaurant because this was before cell phones. I had to call up to the restaurant and tell the waitress that when my parents walk in, to have them turn around and come back home so my dad could take my brother to the emergency room. And he never did that again.
Obviously.
Oh, no. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that one took a turn. Wow.
Oh,
and to burn the feet too. That probably had to be worse because he had to get
that's tough.
Yeah, and to like actually like burn through the tennis shoe. Like
right. Yeah.
That's just
That's bad. All right. And a 12-year-old doing that. That was congratulations, Justine, for once you believed it was a real situation. Congratulations for engaging, helping out. Yeah. All right, Katie, you asked the question.
Yeah. So, knowing my cooking style, I always have the fire blankets nearby. I know where they're all.
They're ready to go. She's actually holding them as she's cooking.
Yes, I start cooking and I just have the fire blanket like thrown over my shoulder,
right.
like a person would have a towel ready to put on whatever fire.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
So it's known that I am not a good cook at all. And so typically John just has accepted that role that he will cook and he enjoys it, so that's great. But my story I tell of how bad of a cook I am I was a teenager, so I get some slack, I guess, here. But I was making Jell-O, and then the instructions
Jell-O is your worst cooking.
On the back of the Jell-O box, the instructions, I missed the word boil. And so because in my defense, they had it in a different font. They were trying to make it stick out more. To me, it made me skip right past it.
Sure.
So then I get to the point where it's telling me to add cold water. And I'm like, this is weird. Why does it matter if it's cold? Like, it's already room temperature. The Jell-O did not turn out, to say the least.
Okay.
And I was so confused for the longest time until I had my mom come in. And she's like, well, how'd you get it back to room temperature after you had it boiling? I was like, what do you mean boiling? That's not on there. She's like, boil. It says boil the water.
Right. It's in italics.
The basic of the ingredients that I also like saw the other instruction that I was like, this doesn't make sense, but didn't think to go back and look back at what I was supposed to be doing. But also this is why I like baking, because baking tells you every single instruction of what to do. It tells you turn it 5 times, not 6, to have the room at 68 degrees and make sure that you put 1/8 of a cup of flour on your surface. So I need precision to make sure I don't fuck it up, because I have zero common sense when it comes to cooking. So I need the baking to tell me every little micro step in there for cooking when they're like,
very thorough. Yeah.
To taste. I'm like, what do you mean to taste? I don't know what that means. So I cannot be relied upon to cook at all. Baking, I can do. I can figure that part out if they give me every millisecond of what I should be doing in written instruction. But
Okay.
the,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
the Jell-O was my fail.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Matt. Matt, what do you got?
I've got Bardstown Bourbon Hayride.
Hayride. Okay. Okay. Very solid. Very solid. Could be enough. We'll see what happens here. Katie's going to be next.
I have Boxing Bear Bright Summer.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
Very popular. Sold out
I
in 24 hours.
Lazy tonight and did not walk downstairs. I went with the bottles that were still in the
Unput
foyer.
away yet.
Not,
Okay.
Not made their way downstairs yet.
Okay.
Hose.
Oh. I think Tim still got, I mean, not Tim. Tim, I was going to go to you for a judge. Matt still got the lead there,
No, I
right?
agree.
Nah, Matt's got the lead. I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was disappointing.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
There's like a little cut.
That's like, that's a proprietary. Yeah, he talked about that at the release that he works with the company's got a weird name. It's like Nippleology or something. They make like
Sure he
baby.
does.
Yeah, that's what he.
Why am I not surprised?
It's a new thing.
Same thing.
Oh, well,
Is that
Beatrice
making
gonna
the
go after
pops
him.
worse then? Because I mean, I was holding it pretty high. My hand was on the neck where it should have been down lower.
The science to it is that when it goes in, it expands inward, and then once it settles, it'll settle back out. So it's supposed to be a tighter cork. There, if you'd have done that, you'd have the lead. You do not.
I would have. I fucked it up. I was choking the pop by holding it by the neck. I
We
needed to
cannot
hold it
count
down.
that. You, the audience, please do not count that.
Do
That
not
was
consider that.
correct.
You can only consider that for how I am a failure of
Right,
popping. It was not the bottle's fault. It was Katie's fault.
Matt still has the lead.
It
Matt
was
has
also
lead.
the box of Jell-O that was Katie's fault too, as well. It was the box of Jell-O, not Katie.
Okay. True. All right, Justine's next. Matt's got the lead.
I have some apple brandy from Deerhammer.
Okay. Oh, there's a new leader. That one was clean.
great.
That
She
was
was
clean.
brand new.
No slosh or anything. Tim, we'll see if you can beat that. It looks like you got the old Jet Brothers there.
Yeah, I got the old Jet Brothers still working through this toasted French oak, aged 25 months.
Okay. All right.
Slide out the set. No, nothing.
No. Not
I don't have
a lot going on
I-
there.
Yeah. No, I don't have I got pure cork. I don't have a nipple cork.
No.
But
no.
you're even on a different speaker system than normal because you're just on your phone and your pops. We still can hear
We
nothing.
can't hear it. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
heard
know.
something there.
Because there's nothing there.
Yeah. I've got
The
Barron's
Barron's Old Fashioned.
old-fashioned brandy. I love this stuff. I'm a fan. So
Go
I've been drinking this
Packers
one.
and fuck the Bears.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see what we got here. From Dancing Goat. The Dancing Goat. No, nothing there in terms of a cork pop, but don't worry, I'm going to enjoy some nice brandy to finish out our show schedule. Cheers, gang. Cheers to...
Cheers, everyone.
Oh, that's
Justine.
the last shore poke.
It is.
Last show. Pour.
I knew what you were trying to say. I got it. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about what should the ABV Barrel Shop do next. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Ooh, damn, that's good.
Yep.
Oh,
Sorry.
And you're
Welcome
listening to
back.
Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we're talking about what the barrel shop should do next.
Yes, we are. So the Barrel Shop, again, not one, business opportunity ideas, looking more about, what can we do that are fun things you'd be interested at the shop that would engage you as a customer. What are some things?
Steve, I thought about this one long and hard when I saw these show notes, and I thought a kite day may be fun.
Oh my God, no.
yes, Tim. Yes, Tim, it would be fun.
They would
just not in the city of Arnold.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of Becca's story when they were in Key West, where she had some they were like birds that were like stuck on a wire and they were like flying around or whatever. And I was like, these would be really cool outside the shop. And he's like, yes, they would. But Matt wouldn't allow it.
No.
I missed that one.
No.
Yeah.
So
Matt
the
would not allow
kite
it.
day's out. How about
No,
paper
so-
plane flying day?
But let's say kite day is real. Like I love the idea.
Yeah, that's what she was pitching me. I was like, those things are tethered. They're it's the same issue. So, yeah.
But Steve, you talked about like maybe Old Monroe or someone that has some land out there, right?
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. Like somehow,
I think it would be a lot of fun. I haven't flown a kite since my daughter was young. I would like to. I would like to do that.
Like to have that experience again.
You can come out to my house. The wind is always going here out at my house. So just stop on my way out to, you can go to Wood Hat probably first and then come out. Because I feel like if you stop here after Wood Hat, it would be better.
Okay.
Like kites.
Old Monroe is pretty windy too over there. A lot less stuff interfering with that wind on that side of the river. So, yeah. So hopefully we can do that. It's just Adam said yes, he wants to do it, but he's tough to pin down because he's running like three very successful businesses. He has a family. It's tough to.
Can you imagine?
Well, that's the problem.
Wedding reception and see
There we are.
flying kites outside.
Right.
You don't talk to Adam. You got to talk to Laura. You know that.
It's true.
I think that we should have it at the production facility.
Okay.
And we could like go out into the rick house, maybe taste through a couple of barrels,
Okay.
fly kites. We don't have to be like over
Okay.
at the wedding venue
Yeah.
interrupting people's big days.
I have a
They
Mothman
enjoy
kite
us,
I want to use. I have a Mothman kite. I want to use that thing.
Yeah,
That's
I think we should do
fantastic.
it at the production facility and
Okay.
then have like a little party over there.
Okay.
That's good. It's a good one.
Yeah, we can do
So
that.
you're Steve, the video you guys did on I think was it the Jack Daniel? No.
Oh, on the MGP pick?
Yeah, the MGP. Sorry, the MGP pick. Like I think more of that kind of thing of videoing the pick experience and then doing something with with promoting obviously the barrel pick when it comes in and that kind of stuff. Like I don't know what it takes to do all that. Obviously it's probably a big deal, but
Right.
that was really cool. To
That
kinda get that behind the
maybe I
scenes.
can start doing some of that. I do a little bit of that. I mean, that was the one we're talking about was done by Bo. It's not going to be that good. I mean, the thing Bo does, he's a professional, and I'm not even going to be like, oh, we'll it'll be the same. No, Bo's a pro. I can do some of the basics, and I can do some basic editing and things like that. So yeah, maybe we'll film some of those, and yes, because you can. That's the great thing about having an iPhone, and that's his little secret too. You know what Bo shot that whole movie in was a freaking iPhone. I mean, so it's got everything you need on that. You can film in 4K, just like movie theater movies are filmed in and stuff. And I think they even have 10K now, so it's crazy. So yeah.
Well, Steve, even if you set up tripods and the people around the pig put them at different angles and just record from those various different angles, just let it run.
Right.
And catching it in the raw, and then the editing part of it is splicing it together. There's where obviously that's what the time takes, but to have the different angles and the different things, I mean, that type of documentary stuff, that stuff matters. That's
a really good idea, and I think
the story behind the pick, I think, is important, especially from the vantage points, and then interview each of the folks and they get comfortable on the pick of, okay, well, why'd you select this? What
I
was
like this one
what
a lot,
intrigued you about this?
and I want to do better with editing, and I'm trying to do more and more. On my Bourbon Sasquatch channel anyway. So, this would just force me to learn things. That's how you learn. Like when I put an image in there, it would always move, and I was like, I don't like that. And then I finally just, let me check out YouTube, and it showed me how to fix it. It's like, here's what you do. Oh, like, okay, that's what I just need to take the time to learn that stuff. I mean, I learned how to do podcasts. I can learn how to edit videos better. So yeah, that would be fun.
I think even too, I mean, obviously if you're at the distillery, that would be a level cooler, but even doing it in the shop, you know what I mean? Like if you have like the samples where they just mail you the kit and you're like picking through it, like, and like Tim said, like interviewing the people and be like, well, why did you pick this one over this one? Or what did you like about this one?
I like this. Yeah.
Well, it's important about what did you like, but also what didn't you like. And I don't think we talk about that enough in being critical, because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's not about that. It's about, do I like it or do I not like it, and why?
Right.
And and it's about personifying that and trying to translate that. And it's okay to not like something, but I like this more because of this, that, and the other. But I didn't like this because of this, this, and this. Yeah. And it's that objectivity, because I don't think we talk about enough. I don't think we don't want to hurt people's feelings, because these people are putting their heart and sweat and blood and lives on the line to make these products. But I choose a certain product because I like it, not because I didn't like the other. I just liked it better than the other ones. That's not a bad thing. It just wasn't for me, but it was for others. But I think that trying to bridge that gap there in a classy way to do it is, I think that brings more authenticity to what's going on.
Yeah, because there's always going to be some of that anyway, particularly as we do the bigger barrel picks. There's some where we have 10 people on there, and not everyone's going to get picked what they selected. Correct. And so there's a story there of what didn't you like about this one and stuff like that.
There's something there to be able to capture.
Right. So yeah, that's part of what we do, and part of why. And again, this is a Jim and I thing, so I don't want to ever forget that Jim was involved in developing our scoring system. But yeah, we this is what we did from the beginning, and we always utilize this. This is something that we talked about back when we were doing the picks with groups for Total Wine when he was with them, and then it's something that we continue to do, and I continue to do. And when Darren represents the company and goes on, I'm not even there, and he's leading the pick. He's going to do the same thing, and that's the tried and true way to do it. So yeah, so we'll talk about that. And again, sometimes mine don't win. I mean, there's plenty of picks we get in where my number one pick isn't the winner, but if it's what overall the group likes, there's probably something there. There's probably a reason for that, and let's talk about that. So yeah,
and 9 times out of 10, it's just that barrel's just not ready yet.
Right.
It still has a story to tell, and it has to spend some more time telling that story in the barrel. So,
kind of along the storylines, right? So what I think drew Linda and I in, and I think what really interests other people is the stories behind either the distiller, the distillery, or the pick, for that matter. And I don't know, something's there, right? So something. How you guys do the the tastings and the different events and everything, there's always a story that you tell around that brand or around something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so if there's a way to maybe
Yeah.
combine that with the pick, or combine that with like a little memorial thing that you can, or commemorative thing that you can get as you buy a bottle or something like that, that helps people remember that story. It just maybe
Yeah.
ties it closer.
There's no accidents that happen. When you walk in the store and you're like, man, I like all these picks that I've tried today. This is incredible. There's not accidents there. I mean, we're selecting, companies that do great things, and to tell the story of why they're great. That's the thing. So many that got into this business basically just did like what I do when I'm trying to edit videos. They go to YouTube and how do you make whiskey? And then they just keep doing the same things over and over again. And their stuff's not that great, but they're not trying to improve. It's like the definition of insanity. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again and hoping that it's going to be great. And the ones that are really good are always evolving, always changing, always doing different things, and always doing things to improve. Even our favorites, the people that we say make perfect whiskey or whatever, whether it's Royce Neely or Demetrius Kane or Adam Stumpf or a whole litany of other people that we associate ourselves with, they're always continuing to do, what can I do to make this even better? They're not being like,
keep challenging themselves.
Yeah, well, this is perfect. I'll never do anything different. No, they continue to evolve. And the ones that aren't doing it well, they never evolve at all. They just keep doing the same stuff. Yeah.
I don't know if the scale is ready for this, but the other idea that I was thinking about was, the events that you guys do are pretty incredible, right? And
Yep.
they're usually very well put on and everything. And I know it takes a ton of work to do that. There's got to be a way to expand those, right? To make them bigger,
Yeah.
to make them larger, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But I get that would be a lot, right?
Size becomes the space, and it's also they are special in a way because they're intimate in size as well.
It's true.
It's such a hard thing, but I agree
You can't
that
lose that.
there's so much popularity in what's being offered as well. That I was trying to think of the same thing of like how could some of these events be made that like are syndicate only, but that are so popular that could be general community,
Right.
but in a way of not killing the vibe of it. That's the hard part. That
It is. It's harder than it sounds because for many reasons. Number one, it'll take us out of our space. So there's certainly places we can go and rent and things like that. And then, it certainly ups the cost. But, there's can be positives to that. And it can be offset too by what you charge and things like that. Certainly. But then, what happens if it gets canceled? And that's a whole nightmare. And then two, the bigger we make it, we have to be more inclusive, right? And then we exclude so many brands out because not that we're saying they make bad whiskey or anything like that, but we almost feel like, hey, we are the major leagues. We're like a major league team, and that means not every baseball player, everybody puts on cleats could play for our team. And that's kind of what we feel like at the ABV Barrel Shop. Not everybody can be in the world that we're in. Not to say that we're shaming anyone. We don't talk about the ones that we don't like or don't think are quite ready yet. And sometimes it's a matter of time. This is an industry of time. But if we do a big event like that, then suddenly we got to have brands that we're not necessarily as proud of associated with that, because more space, more people coming, you got to have more brands, and we're just so picky. We do an event, if we do like a mini whiskey festival, we can have at most 14 brands, and that's going to allow you to have the benefit of saying, hey, I'm sorry, that's all we can have is the ones that we already work with, and that's usually.
No. And don't lose that. And Katie, you're right. And Matt, you want to expand this to have more people experience this, but the exclusivity and the vibe or the what you're trying to accomplish can't get lost. That'll get watered down. But one thing, Justine and myself, we are syndicate members. I'm a speakeasy member too as well, but I don't go to the speakeasy events because I live 5 hours away.
Right.
And I'm not talking about online sales. How is there a way to find? Is there a way to set up equipment or again a tripod with a live Zoom for us to participate in some of these events that are going on just virtually, even though we may not have the pick yet or something like that? But some of these release events stream that, so those people who are part of it can at least see the event and be there. We're not going to be able to ask questions or anything like that, but the connection for the folks that are outside of the St. Louis metro area that can't participate fully, but want to absolutely support what's going on here, I struggle with that. I mean, granted, I have a kid that goes to St. Louis University. It's great and everything like that, but I don't even see him. He's a junior now. I don't have to be down there as much. But every time I go down, what am I doing? I'm stopping at the barrel shop every single time because I'm in the area and I just have to be there. And it's that one's tough. But maybe there's a way to expand the access for the folks that can't attend in person.
Yeah. I like the idea, but I also, what's the reaction of the distillers? Because it's a tough industry, What if they accidentally say something that's offhand, and then you don't know if we stream it, someone's recording it. I mean, that's just how it is. You have to assume. A good point there. Yeah. You have to assume if you're putting it out there, you're like, hey, watch this, and it's that stuff's recorded. And not that we're doing anything wrong, not that any distiller's doing anything intentionally wrong, but it's just
not at all.
Yeah, it's a live event,
unfiltered.
Right, right, yeah,
agreed.
So
no, it's fair.
You turn those cameras on, and there's, I don't know that our distillers would like that. So that's a tough thing too.
Nope, that's a great point. It's something to continue to try to find to evolve or find a way for folks. If we're going to get scale. And from there, that's what we're looking to try to do, to try to incorporate more people that are outside of the area.
Yeah, because Tim's not the only one.
I don't know what that answer is. Don't know what that answer is. But no, you're 100% right. Because you want live, uncut, unfiltered, no issues whatsoever. You don't want you need to have some asshat all of a sudden take some clip and put it out of context, and the next thing you know, the whole thing blows up, and that's just bad PR. That's bad everything.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So 100% agree there. Yeah.
And we don't want that happen to our, we don't want to get in any trouble. Obviously, we don't want our distillery friends to get in any trouble, and that would be a bad look for us too. If someone comes in and they just say something, I'm so sick of the TTB and all they have to deal with, and then someone puts that's the clip they put out, and then the TTB sees that, TTB sees that, and then they're like, I'll call them or whatever, and it's like, I don't want to get our distillery friends in that kind of trouble. And then it's a bad look for us. Other distilleries might be like, I'm not going to work there. Well, look at the trouble that they got in for just going there. And,
yep. Nope. It's a great point.
Yeah.
Ruin everything. I feel like y'all were thinking way more serious than I was. The first thing on my list was bar snacks to buy.
I'm with you though, Katie.
Charcuterie boards.
No, simple. Think simple, like those corn nuts, Steve, that we had.
There's so many restaurants. Like there's so much fast food right around there that you can have delivered, whatever. You can even walk across the parking lot. But I was like, I'd like some bar snacks that I could purchase.
The pretzel sticks. The pretzel sticks went over big at the.
It's true.
3.5 year thing.
All right, we'll look into that. That's a legit thing. That's a legit thing.
Man, I did not think big enough for this question.
All right, we'll look into some prepackaged, because that keeps us. We don't want to get in trouble with the health department. That's a whole other. Once we start serving any sort of food, then the health department has to be there.
Bar snacks and local menus.
Yeah. So
and like an assistance of like, hey, here's the places that deliver pretty easy here.
Okay.
Like kind of.
That's a good idea.
I think.
I like that.
The other thought I had was amping up more of like opening up the speakeasy side for sporting events, like the Super Bowl's coming up. So like paying for the streaming services for people like, hey, buy a bottle here and then you can community share it and we can all watch sporting events. Or over at Speakeasy.
As long as it's not on Hulu. Steve doesn't support Hulu.
Well, I'm just mad at Hulu.
I mean, I think technically you could put out an antenna and free stream the Super Bowl, so that.
I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble for that stuff. That I know.
Well,
because then you're doing it under a commercial purpose.
Correct. Yeah.
No.
Stupid lawyers.
Does speaking of that, we'll think about other events that go into the parking lot. Are you able to utilize space in that parking lot for festivals and things like that, and expand out to that potentially?
No, we used to when we first came there. The owner of the building very much is into the idea. There's even a little parking lot that's kind of off to the side that we could utilize and stuff like that. But that owner at that time was like, hey, whatever you guys want to do, we'll make it happen and all that, and just let us know. We have to let the other businesses know, and that was it. As long as we let the ownership know, and then they would let the other businesses know, we would have been fine. Now we got a new one and a new owner, and it's not necessarily even the owner. They're out in California, the new owners. The problem is the management company, and they don't want to create any waves. No, we're not doing that. No, it's like
bring in some live local acts. You start doing something like that, like Still 630 had their Friday night experimentals. You do Friday night or Thursday night, something that's consistent that utilizes the space.
Right.
Bring people in.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, maybe this is a forgiveness thing and not a permission thing.
Mm-hmm.
If we all purchase things from the barrel shop and then go stand in the parking lot, I mean...
Right.
Especially if you're off to the side and not blocking the parking for like where people want to get up to the karate space.
Our big thing is our parking lot is weird because we do have two businesses. I mean, in reality, there's only two other businesses that really draw in a lot of people, and that is the dance studio and the taekwondo studio.
Yeah.
But if they've got events going on, and sometimes they do recitals upstairs and all that, I'd have to really be in tune with them. When's a good time we can do this? Because they'll fill up that parking lot. I mean, that parking lot will be totally full with cars of people, parking to go to the dance studio at times, and I don't know when that is. So at the moment. So I'd have to
coordinate with them maybe what's going to be quieter after they're closed, and there's not really much need there. My other thought was to get a mobile bus going of events where we all go out to some of the other locations where our ABV supporters are who aren't local.
Yes.
So we could all go on day field trips. So like it's all in a day. It's not an overnight, but you go on a day field trip to go visit the places where some of our other friends are.
If someone has a bus or knows someone with a bus company, reach out to me. I've got a million ideas for that. So
I've been working on my mom to buy what we've coined as a MERV. It's a mildly inconvenienced recreational vehicle.
Okay.
So it's anytime you're at an event or something where you would be mildly inconvenienced having just a car. So like a parade or tailgating or something where like you want something a little more than just a car. Like you want that like small bus / RV type thing. I've been we've been working for years now, and I think she's close to convincing my mom to buy one.
Okay, well, we'll work with your new company, Katie.
Yeah, so I'll create a new company then when I convince my mom to buy a MERV.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good.
How many people does a MERV hold?
I would think at least 8, but I feel like if you can get one that holds like closer to 15, then this is better for events.
Yes.
And it's still intimate at that point.
Yeah, I agree. That'd be a good amount for sure.
The only other thing I had left, Steve, was more celebrity visits.
Yeah.
So I've now made, with Gaffigan being there, I've now made it my mission. It's my mission to get Ian Salmerhalder over there for Brothers Bond.
Yeah. So, I would love it. That would be great.
Yeah, that will bring a lot of ladies to the yard.
There you go.
I would really enjoy it if
Rachel
you got money to get Amos to come play some music at the...
All right. We'll get Lenny to work on that. We'll reach out to our celebrity network of friends and get them there. So, yes. There you go. Yeah. If anybody knows a celebrity, let us know. So, yeah, for sure. So, these are some good ideas. So, hopefully, there's some things in there we can do. So, that would be good. That would be a good thing. Bar snacks coming soon.
And a helicopter pad on the roof would be really
okay.
Yep.
We could probably do that.
Bar snacks and a helicopter pad. They
don't go up on that roof very often, so we could probably just do that. That's one of those things. Yeah, just do. For sure. All right, on that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Matt, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
LinkedIn at Monica.
All right. Tim?
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112, on YouTube at our flagship whiskey, and at rushcreekdistilling.com in the curated barrel section.
All right, Katie?
You can find me over on Instagram at KatieProof.
Justine?
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley across all social media platforms. We have a website where we put all of our content, and that is abvnetwork.com. And, of course, the abvbarrelshop.com is when you can find out more about all the events, activities, and things we're doing. Again, abvbarrelshop.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV
That'll do it for today. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.